Columbus, Georgia. This is your City Council. Mayor Teresa Tomlinson. City Manager Isaiah Hughley. Pops Barnes, District 1. Glenn Davis, District 2. Bruce Huff, District 3. Evelyn Turner Pugh, Mayor Pro Tem and District 4. Mike Baker, District 5. Gary Allen, District 6. Mimi Woodson, District 7. Walker Garrett, District 8. Judy Thomas, Post 9 at-large counselor. Skip Henderson, Post 10 at-large counselor. Tani Washington, Clerk of Council. And City Attorney Clifton Fay. Columbus, Georgia, this is your City Council.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the May 2nd meeting of the Columbus City Council. Tonight is a proclamation and resolution session, and we're so glad to have such a big crowd here. We thought at first that maybe you were all here to hear our budget review session, and then we remembered it was proclamation evening, so that explains things. But we're so glad to have you here tonight. We're going to celebrate the good works of a lot of people in this community. But first, we want to get off on the right foot, and we're going to invite Pastor Johnny Mendoza of Evangel Temple to come forward and provide the invocation this evening. Hello, Pastor. Good evening.
Good evening. It's an honor to be able to lead us all in prayer this evening. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, words can never describe the fullness of how great you are. I thank you now for the access that we have to you through your Son, Jesus. And we pray now over this city council. We pray for wisdom and for all those who are going to be celebrated today. We ask that you would continuously grant us creative problem solving and solutions to help us improve and heal this wonderful city of Columbus. Lord, we pray for unity among these dedicated civil servants, that there would be a spirit of humility, patience, and understanding that only your Holy Spirit can provide. We thank you, Lord, that the best days for Columbus are still to come. We ask that you bless the men and women who give of their time, energy, and resources to help us get there. Be glorified by every word that is spoken today. Let the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts be pleasing to you. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so very much, and we appreciate all you do in this community. Next, we have a special treat. We've got Winbrook Christian School here, along with their principal and some supporting parents and friends, and we're going to ask you all to come up. Tiasha has a microphone for you right here in front of the clerk's table, if you'll come up and assemble. And as they come forward, if you'll stand and prepare for them to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Excellent. You guys did very good. Was there any practicing involved? You sort of practice every day, I guess, right? Why don't you tell us your name and how old you are?
I am Ethan Van, and I am 12 years old in the 6th grade.
My name is Dak DeCenzo. I am age 12 in the 6th grade.
My name is Reagan Van, and I'm in 4th grade, and I'm 10.
My name is Destiny Barkdale, and I am in the 5th grade, and I'm 11.
My name is Nivea Harris, and I'm in the 4th grade, and I am 8.
My name is Anna Norton, and I'm in the 4th grade, and I'm 10.
My name is Emma Norton, and I'm in 2nd grade, and I'm 7.
My name is Brooklyn Van, and I'm 8, and I'm in 3rd grade.
My name is Annalyn Holcomb, and I'm 2nd grade, and I'm 8.
My name is Camille Carr, and I'm in 2nd grade, and I'm 8.
Wonderful, and your principal is here. Principal, come forward. Introduce yourself real quick, and then I Want to introduce some other folks?
My name is Jonathan Norton. I serve as the principal of Winbrook Christian School as well as our church administrator on our church staff for Winbrook Baptist Church.
Wonderful. I want to ask the parents, friends, families, and supporters of Winbrook Christian School to please stand up. You got any folks? Yeah, wave. There you go. All right. Well, thank you all for coming. You did an excellent job. Maybe we can get you back to help us out in the future. How about that? All right, let's give them another round of applause. Thank you all. All right, we're going to jump right into the proclamations. We have several this evening, and as you all know that tune in regularly, we have quarterly peer awards. These are awards of some of our best and brightest public servants who work every day in this community, silently and sometimes unseen, but today's an opportunity for us to thank them for their exceptionalism. And our Mayor Pro Tem presents these awards. We want to call forward first the first quarter peer awards, Amanda Hogan with Investigative Services, Lawrence Smith in Public Works, Lawrence Young, Muskogee County Prison, Ronnie Taylor with Metra, and Rashard William in Public Works. If you all would come forward, please, and just all stand at the podium. Good evening. Let's see.
Since it looks like you all have a lot of people with you today, your family and your co-workers, when I call each person's name, if you would stand to represent that person, please. Whereas the employees of the Columbus Consolidated Government are its most valuable assets, and whereas it is important to recognize the various achievements of employees, including the Peer Award. Whereas promoting employee excellence through Recognition Award recognizes employees who make constant contributions to the organization through outstanding job performance, who set an example of outstanding quality management, teamwork, and/or customer service, and who significantly enhance the work environment by contributing to the personal well-being of co-workers and/or their families. And whereas Amanda Hogan, an employee of Investigative Services, has been selected as the recipient, if those here with Amanda, if you would please stand. The recipient for the first quarter of 2017. Lawrence Smith of Public Works.
Stand. Yeah, thank you.
Lawrence Young Day of Muskogee County Prison.
All right.
Ronnie Taylor of Metra. And Rashard William of Public Works.
Yeah.
Whereas all citizens of Columbus and employees of the Columbus Consolidated Government are urged to recognize and appreciate the contributions made to the public good by these outstanding employees. Now therefore, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, hereby proclaim Tuesday, May 2nd, 2017 as Ms. Hogan's Day, Mr. Smith's Day, Mr. Young's Day, Ms. Taylor's Day, and Mr. Williams' Day.
All right. Well, you all do an outstanding job for us as the city and for the citizens, and we hope you take this as a moment and token of our appreciation for the work you do day in, day out. We do see you. We appreciate you so very much, and we want to give you the opportunity to say hello, introduce yourselves, and if you want to say a few words, knock yourself out.
I want to thank everybody for supporting me and putting me up for this award. Everybody that pushed me and taught me a little bit about everything that I know now. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Tell the public your
And
name.
say your name.
My name is Lawrence Smith.
I'm Detective Hogan with the Columbus Police Department. I'm with the Special Victims Unit, and I just want to thank my coworker who nominated me. He's amazing, and my group is tremendous, all the way up to our chain of command. It's been great working with this department.
My name is Lawrence Shaw with Muscogee County Prison. I'd like to thank everybody who came and support me for this award. Also, thank the person who nominated for this award also.
My name's Ronnie Taylor. I'm with Metra, and I'd like to appreciate, I appreciate being honored for this award, and it's an honor to serve the citizens of Columbus.
My name is Rashard Williams. I'm with Public Works. One thing that resonates from an event that I was recently at and that I feel is appropriate for this occasion as well is as iron sharpeneth iron. And with that being said, I mean, everyone I work with, starting at the Civic Center, everyone in facilities, maintenance, Public Works, Government Center, Citizen Service Center, MCP, everyone I work with, like they say, as iron sharpens iron, we help each other, we get better, and that's how it is. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. We're so grateful to have you as part of CCG. Please come around and let us shake your hand and congratulate you in person. Let's give them another round of applause, folks. Let me get the right one. There you go. Congratulations. All right, hold on a minute. They got them out of order. I got it. Congratulations. Thank you so much for all you do. Hey there. All right. You watching that warden? Tell them I said hey.
Congratulations.
Hey there. How you doing? Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I'm trying to say.
And if you recall, as each person spoke, they did not talk about what they did, but what their team did.
So true. All right, we're going to call forward Eugene Hull of the Fire and EMS Department. This is for the First Quarter Individual Excellence Award. Good evening. And the Mayor Pro Tem is going to read the proclamation.
Hello.
Hey.
Whereas the employees of the Columbus Consolidated Government are its most valuable and treasured asset. Whereas it is important to recognize the various achievements of these employees.
Let's just, all righty, okay.
And whereas the Individual Excellence Award is the highest form of recognition given an employee of the Columbus Consolidated Government. And whereas the Individual Excellence Award recognizes employees who make consistent contributions to the organizations through outstanding job performance as viewed by supervisors and managers, and who set an example of outstanding quality management, teamwork, and or customer service. And whereas Mr. Eugene Hull, an employee of Fire and EMS, has been selected as the recipient for the first quarter of 2017. And whereas all citizens of Columbus and employees of the Columbus Consolidated Government are urged to recognize and appreciate the contributions he has made to the public good by this outstanding employee. Congratulations.
Congratulations. make sure we ask those in support of Captain Hall to please stand. We've got some members of his team from the fire department here. Thank you all for being here. And Captain, please say a few words.
I'm humbled to be honored like this. I appreciate the staff for putting me in. You know, I'm a product of my environment. I work with some very professional people, and they have pushed me in my career. I rode the fire trucks for 24 years, and cancer took that away from me. And I was lucky enough, and I was fortunate enough that I could get a position in training division, where now I go from serving the people of the community to serving the people who pushed me and helped me get through a very tough time. And it's a pleasure to go to work every day and to help the cadets learn what they need to do when they're coming in the very first time for the fire service, and then helping the veterans stay safe and be aware of things that put them in danger, not only from the fire but outside the fire. So it's nothing I did. It was the people who pushed me. Like I said, I'm a product of my environment. So, and thank you very much for this honor.
Well, Captain Hall, we've got a few folks that want to say something, but your story's amazing and you're amazing, and thank you for what you do. Counselor Thomas.
Captain Hull mentioned the fact that he is a cancer survivor. And one of the things that he does in giving back to his community, just this last week or so, he led the team from Columbus Fire and EMS, excuse me, in the Relay for Life walk and raising money for recognition and for cancer survivors. And Captain Hull, we thank you for all that you have done and continue to do for the Columbus Fire and EMS. It's officers like you that inspire these young guys and gals that are on the department, and we thank you for your years of service to the department and your commitment to our community.
Thank you.
All right. Captain Hall, please come around and let us recognize you. Let's give him another round of applause.
Congratulations. And I always say, by God. This is something else.
Well, the only way to explain we've got some amazing folks, as you all see when we do this every quarter. It's really something else to serve with these amazing individuals. The next one we have, as I was saying, the only way to explain this is in the phrase, stuff in the ballot box. But no, the truth is, this is really, these are really two extraordinary awards, and I've had the great privilege to work with Felton Grant for many, many years, and he is going to come to the podium tonight. We're going to present him with the Peer Award for the year of 2016 and the Individual Excellence Award for 2016, and he deserves it. So, Felton, it's good to see you up here again, and I'm going to turn it over to the Mayor Pro Tem, and she's going to read your proclamation.
Whereas the employees of the Columbus Consolidated Government are its most valuable and treasured and blessed assets. Whereas it is important to recognize the various achievements of these employees, including the Peer Award. Whereas promoting employee excellence through recognition award recognizes employees who make constant contributions to the organization through outstanding job performance, who set an example of outstanding quality management, teamwork, and/or customer service, and who significantly enhanced the work environment by contributing to the personal well-being of their coworkers and of their families. Whereas Felton Grant, an employee of the planning department, has been selected as the recipient of the Peer Award for the year 2016. And I'm going to do all this at one time, okay? And whereas he also has been selected to receive the recipient of the Individual Excellence Award of the Year for the year 2016. Whereas all citizens of Columbus and employees of this government are urged to recognize and appreciate the contributions made to the public good by this employee. And Felton, we say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Felton, please say a few words.
I have a few. God, this is overwhelming. It's just hard to believe that going on almost 27 years now, to have it all happen at one time. It's hard to explain. I try to prepare for this, and it's just no way to prepare it when you get up here and face the people that you work for and try to be, just show my appreciation for what everybody has done for me to make me what I am today. And I guess you would call this a quadfecta. I'd look that word up. I'm not sure. Logan helped me. I heard the competition was pretty tough this year and that they had to battle for it. And fortunately, somebody had to win, but I'm sure those who did not is just as deserving as I am for these awards. But again, somebody had to win it, so it might as well be me.
That's right.
Yeah.
In case there's any more awards out there, please pass them on to somebody else. Unless, of course, the Nobel Peace Prize for the Planning Department is available, I'll go ahead and take that one. But I think I've gotten my share, and I'm proud of the fact, and I'm happy to be here. I was just thinking the other day, my career, now going on 55 years of working, that all of my jobs was government related. Of course, I started in the Air Force for the federal government and spent 23 years in that. Then I got a school bus transportation appointment in Texas, where unfortunately I still hold the record of losing the most children the same day of school. But they all came back to the barn and everybody turned out all right. Then I had the county road administrator job in charge of about 470 miles of bad road out in the middle of Texas. So you know we didn't have much of a road to go by. And then in 1990, I got this job. And as it turned out, I met this gentleman that hired me just about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I would like to thank him for giving me a chance and hiring an outsider to take this job, and that's Dick Ellis. I was proud of that fact, and I wanted to make him proud of me and make sure I do the job that he asked me to do. I understand the competition was stiff there as well. So 55 years of government work, and I think I enjoyed every job I had. But then again, the city kind of holds a sweet spot in my heart, primarily because of the chance that I got to do the job and try to prove that I could. And I lost my place. I wasn't supposed to say anything about Dick Ellis until now, but it's already been said. Also, another part of the people that we forget is the citizens we have to deal with. We've had thousands of people I've had to talk to and negotiate with, hundreds of projects, and they are sensitive about one of their own possessions that they have, and that's their property. And then we have to come in because of progress in one thing or another and buy easements and/or their houses and relocate them and make them whole somewhere else. And overall, that had gone quite well. We had a few issues along the way, but I could say we only went to condemnation twice in the last 27 years. And we lost them, but we won them because we paid more. We was going to pay more to keep them out of court, but they wanted to go to court and they got paid less. So that's it. So, and also, we've got people that help me along the way and make my job easier. We've got department heads. We've got council members from 1990 that have supported me, mayors that have supported me, and I am just overwhelmed and speechless to have this recognition. And just wait for the Nobel Peace Prize and I'll be happy. Thank you very much.
Well, if you're here with Belton, stand up. We want to call on his department and family and friends. That's right, he works with the DOT almost every minute of the day. Amazing run.
How many more you gonna put in? How many more you gonna put in?
Pardon?
How many more you gonna put in?
I don't know, I've lied 5 times.
Okay.
All right, next we want to call forward Detrin Wright, Retha Hollowell, and those from our HR department. We want to recognize our CCG employees, and they're going to symbolically receive this. Is Detrin here? All right, yeah.
And do I don't have that, do I?
I have this. All right, good evening. Thanks for being here.
All right.
And the proclamation reads, whereas Americans are served every single day by public servants at the federal, state, county, and city levels by unsung heroes that do the work to keep our nation working. And whereas public employees take not only jobs but oaths. And whereas many public servants, including military personnel, police officers, firefighters, border patrol officers, embassy employees, healthcare professionals, and others risk their lives each day in service to the people of the United States and around the world. And whereas public servants include teachers, doctors, scientists, train conductors and astronauts, nurses, and safety inspectors, laborers, computer technicians, and social workers, and countless others that provide diverse services demanded by their government, by the American people, with efficiency and integrity. Whereas without these public servants at every level, continuity would be impossible in a democracy that regularly changes its leaders and elected officials. And whereas the celebration of an Employee Appreciation Week for Columbus Consolidated Government ends May 5th, and we encourage all citizens to recognize the accomplishments and contributions of government employees at all levels, federal, state, county, and city. Now, therefore, I, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, do hereby proclaim May 1st through 5th, 2017, as Public Service Recognition Week. Let's give our employees a round of applause. Detron, you want to say a few words about what we have planned for our employees this week?
Good afternoon, everyone. You kind of caught me off guard with this, Mayor.
Oh, all right, but just a 5-minute speech.
I don't know if you've seen Miss Iris run out on me, too. I think she knew.
That's all right.
But as of right now, we have a few things set up for the employees. We have a different caterer starting off this year. We normally do Country's Barbecue or Chester's, but we're going with K&B Catering this year. We have our usual badminton, cornhusk, horseshoes, and bingo. We have the pottery plate with Miss Lisa Castile. We have a conference bike coming this year. It's the bike where 6 people get on it and one steers and everybody gets to ride around the campus over at the plaza. And spades and dominoes as well this year. We're going to do it by departments. Maybe Mr. Grant can get the planning department to go against human resources.
That's right.
You know, have a little fun and, you know, just everybody come out, eat, and have fun.
Great. And it's an opportunity to get a few hours off, too.
Yes, ma'am. I haven't sent that email out yet, but I got a lot of phone calls about it.
A lot of surprises.
Oh,
People
yeah,
are getting
they've
a
been
few
riding
hours
about
off.
their free time. Oh,
All
yeah.
right, a little extra free time. Well, thank you. Come on around and please express our appreciation. We'll be out there at some of those events, but we appreciate what all our employees do. Let's give them another round of applause.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right, well, we have a very special proclamation next. I've got to fess up. As you all know or can tell, we draft all or almost all of these proclamations. If we don't draft them, they come in from the state or federal government or some national organization has already drafted. So not a whole lot of creativity, no offense, Judy. It goes into these things, but on this one, we want to call Michael J. Owen forward, Mike Owen of the Ledger-Enquirer, who's been covering the city for many years, doing yeoman's work, getting the facts and information out to you all so that you could effectively lobby your government and be informed as to the work that we do and ensuring the transparency that we all insist upon. And so we knew that we were unworthy of writing a proclamation for an author and a storyteller. So we contracted out. We contracted out to a few of Mike's friends, and whew, it came back. So I will read the following proclamation. Whereas, to adequately pay homage to Mr. Michael J. Owen on the occasion of his retirement is to do so in the same humorous spirit that Mike has brought to his readers and that endears him to Columbus now and in past years. And whereas Michael J. Owen has labored long and suffered much and has seen approximately 40,000 employees come and go from the Ledger-Enquirer in his 31 years as a reporter and editorial writer. And whereas Michael J. Owen believes deeply in his heart that next to the toaster, the big green egg, otherwise known as the BGE, and the purveyor of Friday night steaks is the greatest product ever invented. And whereas Michael J. Owen believes that next to the BGE, bourbon is the nectar of the gods, preferably Woodford Reserve, and he welcomes all gifts thereof. And whereas As many friends and acquaintances can attest, Michael J. Owen has perfected the art of placing various creative adjectives before certain, quote, bad words, end quote, none of which can be repeated publicly but will be gladly shared in private. And whereas Michael J. Owen enthusiastically attended approximately 2,200 city council meetings, and so that he won't miss them, plans to get on the public agenda whenever possible and gripe about roundabouts and the temperature at Whitewater and anything else on his mind. And whereas Atlanta native Michael J. Owen figured he would drop into Columbus for a few years, write a few stories, and hustle back to the big city as soon as possible, but alas, he became fond of his 15-minute commute, managed to locate a, quote, child bride while at the Ledger, whom he married in 2003, and now happily on his wife's health insurance has found it enough to prompt his early retirement. And whereas here is high regard for Michael J. Owen in this community, for he has fearlessly informed with integrity, and in leaving the citizens of Columbus devoid of his special brand of journalism, we the citizens wish him glorious evenings, manning the BGE, Waterford Reserve in one hand and his bride on his arm, enjoying his much-deserved retirement. Now, therefore, I, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, do hereby proclaim Tuesday, May 2nd, 2017, is Michael J. Owen Day. Speech. Oh, he's got, if you're with Mike, stand up. If you're here supporting Mike, stand up. He's got a whole crowd. They've got.
I was afraid that y'all were going to figure out a way to get me back here. Just one more meeting. But in all seriousness, I'm flattered, I'm humbled, a little bit puzzled. But more than anything, just let me say thanks, and I'll miss a lot of y'all.
Well, Mike, if you ever get lonely and just feel you need to see us again, we are on CCG TV.
Oh, I watch
and the
all the
council
time.
meetings run twice a day. Councilor Barnes.
I know something that you don't know. I had an opportunity to speak with your lovely wife, and she told me she has a list this long, a honey-do list for you, so you're not going to be without something to do, so.
I won't be bored, no.
Councilor Davis.
Mike, I've had a chance to work with a lot of reporters over the year, and I'd certainly put you in the category of an excellent journalist. Yeah. You've been outstanding to work with. Sometimes we're usually the brunt of the stories, and certainly we don't always like them, but I will say you've always been just reading your work. You've always been fair, you've been balanced, you've been truthful, you work, you respect everybody, and I really appreciate that. I think you've done an outstanding job as a journalist, and you should be proud of that. I don't know what the definition of retirement is, but certainly sometimes you wonder if you want to go back to do what you did before to get some R&R. But I'm sure you've got a lot of things on your plate to do, and let it be known that we really appreciate you. Ledger-Enquirer has a lot of outstanding journalists, and you are certainly one to be commended.
Thank you, Clint.
Councilor Henderson.
Mike, you're a moving writer. You moved Karen and I to buy parakeets so we'd have somewhere to put your articles. I'm just kidding. It's one of the things I've always enjoyed about you is your wit. Sometimes it can be a little pointed, but I've always appreciated it. Wish you a lot of luck, really do. You've been a lot of fun to work with, and good luck moving on to your next adventure.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, Councilor Woodson.
Yes. Mike, it's been a pleasure, and I'll miss you because every time I go to an event, I always see you, and you always give me a hug and ask me about how my family is. And I really, truly do enjoy your articles and your friendship. But I know that it's time for you to spend some good memorable times with your wife and your family. So God bless you and your family. May you enjoy your retirement.
Thank you.
And we will miss you.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Mike, I just want to say it's been a pleasure meeting you. And I guess I've had the opportunity loan and anybody else to work with you. and I've always found you to be very fair and honest. So just keep it up and come on back down here anytime you want to.
Well, it's not easy understanding what we do. I mean, it really is very complicated, a lot of these issues, Mike, and you found a way to not only understand them, which frankly is half the battle, but the rest of the battle is being able to explain them to other people, and that's what you did. There's a real gift in that. So thank you. Come on around. Let's give them another round of applause, folks. Come forward, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Inc., and I'm going to read the proclamation. It's Delta Day. Are you going to go down and join them, or are you just going to stay? Okay, all right. Judy, do you want Evelyn? Sure, okay. I think she's got it. I just want to make sure she wasn't going to take the canes. We have our very own Mayor Pro Tem and our Deputy City Manager, Lisa Goodwin, who are Deltas. And it looks like we have the Deltas. Are you all in Columbus State or
These are some of the young ladies from one of our youth initiatives.
Oh,
They're our
good,
Delta
good.
Gems.
Well, let me do this. I'll present the proclamation. We'll get some introductions. How about that? All right. And the proclamation reads, whereas Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Inc. is a private nonprofit organization of 250,000 members whose purpose is to provide assistance and support through programs in nearly 1,000 chapters worldwide. And whereas Delta Sigma Theta was founded at Howard University in Washington, D.C. on January 13, 1913 by a group of 22 collegiate women who wanted to use their collective strengths to promote academic excellence, provide scholarships, provide support to the underserved, educate and stimulate participation in the establishment of private-public policy, and highlight issues and provide solutions for problems in their community. And whereas the first public art act performed by the Delta founders involved their participation in the Women's Suffrage March in Washington, D.C., March 1913. And whereas today the sorority serves the general welfare of all through its 5-point programmatic thrust of educational development, economic development, international awareness and involvement, physical and mental health, and political awareness and involvement. And whereas, led by the national president, Dr. Paulette Walker, Deltas operate under the theme, uncompromising commitment to communities, service, leadership, empowerment. And whereas, on February 14, 1948, the Columbus Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Inc. was chartered by 12 visionary women leaders in the community. And whereas, since then, the chapter has grown from 12 to more than 300 members, serving the Chattahoochee Valley region through promoting leadership, advocacy, and empowerment to bring about effective solutions to public policy. And whereas we congratulate local presidents Vernita Harris and the Columbus Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Inc. on its 71st anniversary, and best wishes for many years of continued service to our community. Now, therefore, I, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, do hereby proclaim May 2nd, 2017 as Delta Day at City Council. Let's give them a round of applause for all they do, folks.
Thank you and good evening. I am Renita Harris, the president of the Columbus, Georgia Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. On behalf of the close to 300 members of the Columbus Alumni Chapter, we are pleased to once again observe our annual Delta Day at City Council. Through this visit, we reaffirm and recommit to political awareness and involvement at the local level. Under our national political action theme, Advocacy in Action, led by our national president, Dr. Paulette C. Walker, our organization's focused agenda is to enhance and advance access to quality education and economic opportunity for all Americans, to end the school-to-prison pipeline, to protect voting rights, to create stronger relations between citizens and law enforcement agencies, and to expand access to quality health care. As we approach 70 years of existence as a chapter, we utilize this Delta Day at City Council as a platform to institute ongoing and sustainable advocacy for local issues of significance for the community we serve. We are, as a chapter, your community partner for public policy, economic viability, and social justice. We pledge to use our influence toward the enactment of laws for the protection and of the unfortunate and weak. We are uncompromised in our commitment to serve, lead, and empower our community. Social action is our calling, and service is our charge. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, let's do this, and it is such a tremendous service organization, one, of course, devoted to education as well as civic engagement, and so very important to our community. I see you've got a microphone. Why don't we use it and run around, introduce yourself so the community can see who makes up the Delta Nation.
Good afternoon. My name is Latasha Stevens Archibald.
Rose Brown Sullivan.
Sarah Beecham Powell.
Juanita Lee Davis.
Sylvia Dixon.
Gloria Battle, and this is my 60th year with Delta Sigma Theta.
Wow.
Tanya Sanders.
Geneva Gunn Campbell.
Dorothy McGee.
My name is Josie Johnson.
Maddie Hall.
Janella Pendleton, celebrating 47 years in Delta.
All right.
Agnes Shelton.
Glenda Culpepper. Lula Arrington.
Lorraine Moore, immediate past president.
Lisa Goodwin, first vice president.
Evelyn Pugh, financial secretary. And Juanita Lee Davis, I have to tell this, was my Spanish teacher in high school.
We'd like to introduce our gyms as well.
Yes.
And also, I'm the advisor for our gyms, and it's our youth initiative, and they do community service projects, and they do other things to continue to educate themselves. They will introduce themselves and their high school.
My name is Ivory Beck, and I go to Hardaway High School.
My name is Brianna Baker, and I go to Hardaway High School.
My name is Bria Hudson. I go to Carver High School.
My name is Kayla Banks. I go to Carver High School.
My name is Brianna Williams, and I attend Hardaway High School.
My name is Jared Van Buren, and I attend Shaw High School.
My name is Megan Archibald, and I attend Hardaway High School. My name is Jada Archibald, and I attend Carver High School.
Thank you, ladies. It's wonderful to see young folks so engaged, so thank you for what you do. And you all, why don't we have the Deltas come around and let's congratulate you for all you do and get your proclamation. Let's give them another round of applause, folks. Next, we want to call up Alana Battle and Savannah Sanders for Education and Innovation Day, and we're going to turn it over to Counselor Thomas. And if you would, Bruce, switch on Counselor Thomas's, my system's gone down. So I may have to have you do it manually from here on out. There you go. Good evening.
Good evening. First of all, I want to say thank you, Mayor, council members, for allowing us to be here this evening. What I want to do this evening is present to you our 2017 Columbus Phoenix City Inventors Awards recipients. As you may know, Gala Inventors Group, in conjunction with Columbus Phoenix City Inventors Organization, presents every year our winners. This year, we have two of our outstanding winners that I want to present to you today. One of them is Alana Battle, and the other one is Savannah Sanders. Unfortunately, Savannah Sanders cannot be here with us today. She has an exam that she's getting a grade for, so we think that's kind of important to her, so that's why she's not here. As far as Savannah Sanders, is her teacher here? All right, well, the teacher told me that she would be here, but that's okay. What I want to do is present to you Alana Battle, and she's going to tell you what her science project was, because, again, every year we represent the school system when it comes to their Columbus Regional Science and Engineering Fair. Each year, as you may know, we choose several students for winners who have projects that we feel have patent potential. So I'm going to allow her to explain to you what her project is.
Good evening. My name is Alana Battle, and for my science project this year, it was over the history of kidney dialysis and its practice. Thanks to the help with my mother, I got to shadow her for her job as she's a peritoneal dialysis nurse. And my father, we were able to put this into a visual aid of explaining how the kidney is, or how it works rather, by breaking it down into its simpler components with my model that would show how the kidney, its process is when it comes to filtering your blood and going out through your fluids when you excrete them. So, any questions?
So impressive. Really, really impressive. I can
Alana,
see.
where do you go to school?
Midland Middle.
Midland Middle?
Yes, ma'am.
Middle
And
schooler.
we do have the principal here as well.
Oh,
Wanna
my
say a few
goodness. Yes, sir. Would you like to say a few words?
Just a few. This is Alana's day, but we're very proud of her, the whole faculty and staff, and her 8th grade class, very proud of her and the work she did. And we're looking for big things for her when she goes to high school and
That's
beyond.
right. Well, Alana, we can see why you were chosen, and we're so very proud of you. And Savannah, too, sorry she couldn't be here, but she's got her priorities right. We have a very special proclamation we want to read, and we're going to have Counselor Judy Thomas read it at this time.
Alana, I will tell you that while you were speaking, the superintendent is sitting right back there, and he was grinning from ear to ear. So we're all very proud of you. I'm glad to read this proclamation into the record. Whereas Columbus Phoenix City Inventors Association is a not-for-profit educational organization dedicated to the education of individuals interested in inventing, and whereas the purpose of the Columbus Phoenix City Inventors Association is to create awareness of creating new products for the marketplace through the invention process, and to help young people and adults become future entrepreneurs. Whereas CPC has been in place since 2010 and continues to motivate students to become innovative and creative in producing products that will improve the way we do things in our everyday lives. And whereas CPC collaborated with Columbus State University and the Muskogee County School District to judge students during the Columbus Regional Science and Engineering Fair held on February 7th, 2017. And whereas middle and high school students presented projects that they created for the fair. And whereas two student winners were given free membership to the Columbus Phoenix City Inventors Association, as well as given assistance with developing their project. And whereas the mayor and council of Columbus, Georgia, recognize the important relationships among the Board of Education, CSU, and CPC, and join the citizens of Columbus in extending congratulations to the two student winners, Alana Battle and Savannah Sanders. Now therefore, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, does hereby proclaim Tuesday, May the 2nd, 2017, Education and Innovation Day. Congratulations, Alana.
Let me just say this, since the superintendent is here, we also have started going into elementary schools and teaching them about the inventing process. We enjoy doing that. We feel that our kids are very creative and innovative, and we need to do something to make these things, bring these things to the marketplace. And we are glad that we are part in helping these students do so. So thank you.
Did we get everybody introduced? I know Alana did.
No.
Yes. Yes, sir. If you just want to say hello, or?
My name is Alan Battle. I'm Alana's dad.
All right.
Sergeant first class, retired. I know a lot of people, get into sports and stuff, but in my household, it's all about education. And
Excellent.
She worked really hard for this. Other projects she's did a lot. She made a windmill, all kind of stuff. And I was like, what high school you want to go to? She said, ain't but one high school I'm going to, and that's Columbus High School. So she's a new freshman at Columbus High School, and I just want to say I'm very proud of it, and thank you guys for recognizing.
Fantastic. And is that Alana's sister?
My name is Ziri Battle, and I'm very proud of my sister.
Oh.
And I don't know why she didn't get up, but my mother's over there in the green. Yeah. And she's definitely the main reason of why I wanted to do this project, so thank you.
Wow, such a great story. Wow, congratulations. Wow, congratulations. Yeah. So impressive. Oh, let me say, I want to apologize. My system's down, and so I couldn't see. We had two counselors that wanted to speak. Counselor Henderson, if you could turn Counselor Henderson's mic on.
No, you can turn it back off.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Counselor Barnes.
Mike, I would just like for everyone to know, was it about 3 or 4 years ago, did you come to me? I just want to thank you for your persistence. He met me at my office. It has been about 4 years ago, hasn't it? Yeah. When he spoke about this idea about going out into the community, touching the children. He's an inventor himself. A lot of the children who have come here before us, one that stays in my mind, the one that came to purifying water.
Yeah, water desalator.
But water desalator.
He's a senior in high school right now.
He's a senior. You're one of those, I would know how to begin, Mike. But you've been so, you're committed. And and I appreciate your commitment. And he said he wanted to get into the school, to the middle school. About 3 months ago, we met. You said, Pastor, I want to get into the elementary school. You're on your way. And you're just a blessing to everyone. And so you know, a lot of these children will invent things, but you know, you got to be very careful when there's so many people out there that want to snatch what's yours. but he also leads them hand to hand through the patent process so that the children really get the credit for it. So, Mike, I do thank you for your persistence, your commitment, and for your heart.
Thank you, Pops. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank
you all.
Mr. Turner. All right, next we have Mr. Melvin Blackwell. We want to call him forward for a very special presentation. Community's not going to believe this day has come, but it's here. I'm going to turn it over, if you would, turn on Councilor Barnes's microphone.
Superintendent, Dr. Lewis, would you come on? Thank you. Thank you. It is my pleasure to read this proclamation for Mr. Melvin Blackwell. And the proclamation reads thusly. It says, whereas Mr. Melvin Blackwell was born in Maysville, South Carolina, to parents Foster and Sarah Johnson Blackwell, and has siblings Jean Ajani, Marilyn Wilson, and Janice Prince. And whereas he was drafted into the Army in November 1971 and had basic training at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, advanced individual training, artillery and tank turret course training, USAOC and S instructor training course, initial armament repair technician course, and advanced armament repair technician training at Aberdeen Proving Grounds, Maryland, later completing the senior warrant officer course through correspondence. And whereas while serving his country, he held the positions of artillery, small arms, tank turret, and fire control computer repairman, artillery and tank turret repair instructor, and was the initial test writer for the skills qualification test for skill levels 1 and 2 that replaced the old Army MOS test. And whereas Melvin F. Blackwell obtained the highest warrant officer rank of Chief Warrant Officer 4, CWO4, as an armament repair technician. At that time, it is a decorated veteran with 4 overseas tours, including 1 combat tour during Desert Shield and Desert Storm, leading up to his retirement from the Army in July 1994, after 22 years and 18 days of honorable federal service. And whereas Melvin F. Blackwell holds a Bachelor of Science in Education degree with an emphasis in mathematics and science, a master's degree in educational leadership, and a specialist degree in educational leadership, EDS, all from Columbus State University, and his career with Muskogee County School District includes as a science and math teacher at Arnold Middle School, assistant principal at Columbus High School, principal at Marshall Middle School, with a promotion to Chief Student Services Officer for the Muskogee County School District as a final assignment. And whereas he is dedicated to serving the needs of students and also serves in a number of Columbus community programs and organizations, including the Mayor's Crime Prevention Board, the Mayor's Commission on Unity, Diversity, and Prosperity, Youth Advisory Council, a member of Delta Iota Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, and Vice President of the United Methodist Men for St. Mary's Road United Methodist Church. And whereas he is married to his lovely wife, Pamela J. Slaughter Blackwell, and they had 3 grown children, Crystal M. Hughley, Darrell M. Blackwell, and Brian A. Blackwell, and are grandparents to 4 grandchildren. And whereas a retirement ceremony for Mr. Blackwell is planned for the National Infantry Museum on May 18, 2017 at 6 p.m. Now, therefore, Teresa Pike Thomason, the Honorable Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, does hereby proclaim Thursday, May 18, 2017 as Melvin F. Blackwell Day in the city of Columbus, Georgia.
Wow. Thank you so much, so very much. As I was sitting back listening to all the other great presentations before me, I was just saying that God is good, and it's good. This is a good thing
for people to be recognized. And so I appreciate what you're doing for all of your citizens, all of your people. You're definitely a caring group. Thank you so much. Let me begin by giving some thanks because to God be the glory. Amen. Thank God so very much. He has brought me from a very, very long ways, and I just thank him because the journey has been long and sometimes narrow and winding and hilly, if you will. He's always placed people in my path, if you will, to assist me along the way. And I have to thank him for that. And I have to, first and foremost, after that, I have to say I thank him so very much for my lovely wife, Pam. There you go. She told me to stop saying that I robbed the cradle, so I'm not saying that tonight. You didn't hear that from me. But I have to say that because you heard what Paul was saying about the journey. A lot of being in the military and working with weapons, you're deployed quite a bit. You're gone. Things have to take place at the house, and the dad is not necessarily there, but we come back, everything is just right dressed and in order, and the kids are doing what they need to be doing, right, and she's loyal and faithful, and I'm so very thankful for you. And then after that, being in education, right, there were times when I had doubts as to whether I could do things like teach science, if you will, or become the assistant principal at Columbus High School, and definitely Chief of Student Services, and so she was there to give me that nudge and say, yes, baby, you can do this. And so I thank you so very much. And so what I do, and I ask the group here before me today, that when you do give me another round of applause, would you give my lovely wife 2 rounds of applause? Yes, yes. I want to thank the City Council. I want to thank Mayor Thomason. Thank you so much for this recognition. Appreciate it. And for Councilman Paul Barnes, I appreciate you so very much. Paul and I go back quite a ways. I don't know. We're not going to say everything, but we're just going to say that we have been together. He supported me for approximately 11 years now, if I think about it, back in those early days at Marshall, when we were down in the trench. My first few days when I was trying to find out where the bathroom was, he showed up and said, hey, look, I can show you where it's located. And he provided some assistance to me, and I so enough thank you. And even today, we're still together, and I appreciate that. I can never say enough about Dr. Lewis and what he has done for the district since arriving here. And sir, I do believe that under your leadership, this will definitely become a premier district. He's got a great sense for caring for kids, and his focus and direction is undeterred.
You're retiring, Melvin. You don't have to stay anymore.
You understand, Dr. Lewis? Obviously, and like Ms. Broughton would tell you, the assistant superintendent, I have to speak the truth.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. And with Ms. Broughton pairing with him, if you will, that's a great combination. We have a great cabinet members, some here today. I have great directors. And I've got some wonderful support elements in my friends that have shown up today, took the time out to be here with me today. And I just want to say thank you for them, for all. I must also say that, what you see is kind of a product of my mother, Sarah J. Blackwell, if you will. And she taught me some time ago that to be successful in life and to do things in life, you need to be sure that you treat others as you would want to be treated. That's right. And I kind of live by that philosophy. I strive to do that on a daily basis. And finally, I just want to share with you one factor that I have learned, because I have had the opportunity to serve in the military for 22 years and 18 days. And then I served an additional 20 years now with the educational system. And as I looked at my careers in both areas, I wanted to look at and do some type of analysis, if you will,
some type of data gathering process, something, Tammy Clark, that is evidence-based, if you will, because I wanted to see what were the parallels, what were the things that were kind of common and that assisted me into getting to the next level as I journeyed, as I made this journey. And after all the research and all the time and all the thoughts that I looked at and analyzed, the profound conclusion was that, are you ready for this?
Ready.
The profound conclusion was that we just cannot do it alone.
That's right.
We
Amen.
need each other.
Amen.
I stand on the shoulders of others. It is good to embrace diversity.
Amen.
And differences in each other. It is good to understand our weaknesses.
Right.
Like Clint Eastwood said, man must know his limitations. And what we must do is be sure that we find persons around us that are better than we are and or complement us. I say thank you. Thank you so very much for this opportunity. I will never say enough thanks to God Almighty and for those who helped me become who I am today. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Brother Blackwell. Mayor. Yeah, Mayor.
I like
Brother Blackwell.
I like that. I like that.
Brother Blackwell.
Hold on.
Kevin,
We
hold
got
it.
a few folks want to
Hold on.
say a
Brother
few
Blackwell.
words. Hold on,
Did your
just a
wife wanna
second.
say
Hold on.
Yeah, Brother
Miss
Blackwell.
Blackwell?
Brother Blackwell.
Did you want to say something?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, let the wife.
Yes, I just want to thank you for this recognition from Melvin. He is a very, very honorable man, and I love him dearly. Thank you very much.
Brother
Councilman.
Blackwell.
Doctor?
Oh, Doctor.
Well,
Okay.
Madam Mayor, councilors, thank you so much for taking this opportunity to recognize Mr. Blackwell. He is truly one of the most genuine and caring educators I've ever known in my career. And it's been a pleasure to work with him and to quote scripture, well done, good and faithful servant.
Yes.
All right, all right.
Brother Blackwell.
I'm sorry.
Thank you so much and congratulations. I've seen you doing most of your journey since Marshall Middle School.
Absolutely. Thank you.
But on behalf of the chapter, they had a meeting tonight. So on behalf of Delta Alpha Lambda chapter, we'd like to say congratulations from Alpha Phi Alpha. And for the Mayor Pro Tem, Pugh, and Deputy City Manager Lisa Goodwin, I want them to take back to the city manager because he had to leave.
Right.
There goes an alpha man. Thank you.
Thank you,
Come
sir.
on around and let's shake your hand. Let's give him another round of applause. Counselor Henderson, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just one last thing. I heard Counselor Allen say, thank you for what you've done for the kids. So, Mr. Blackwell, on behalf of the parents whose children's lives you touched, he taught my daughter in Arnold Middle School a few years ago. Thank you for never forgetting that it was about the kids. That showed in everything you did. So thank you on behalf of the parents. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Remember, you got two. One goes to your wife, by the way. Not just one for you.
All right, well, next we have yet another special proclamation. We want to call forward Officer Will Bassett, Nurse Dee Owens, and Instructor Natalie Kelly. If you all would please come forward for a special proclamation, and I'm going to ask that you please turn on the microphone of Counselor Garrett.
I was kind of wondering if this was you, Will, when I saw your name on here. But it's my pleasure to read the proclamation. Whereas out-of-hospital cardiac arrest has a very low successful resuscitation rate nationally. However, the quick response, timely decision-making, and immediate action of CPD Officer Will Bassett, School Resource Officer, Dee Owens, LPN and school nurse, and Natalie Kelly, health occupations teacher, is what saved a child's life. And whereas on April 26, 2017, a student suffered cardiac arrest at Hardaway High School in Columbus, Georgia, prompting the initiation of an emergency response plan and resulting in 3 individuals performing CPR on the student. And whereas, along with CPR, an automated external defibrillator was utilized and multiple shocks delivered. And whereas team effort continued approximately 11 minutes until arrival of the fire and EMS unit. And whereas the student was ultimately resuscitated successfully and transferred to a higher level of care. And whereas the citizens of Columbus, Georgia appreciate and applaud the successful life-saving efforts of the team consisting of Officer Will Bassett, Nurse Dee Owens, and Instructor Natalie Kelly. Now therefore, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, does hereby proclaim Tuesday, May 2nd, 2017, as Officer Will Bassett, Nurse Dee Owens, and Instructor Natalie Kelly Day.
Wow. Amazing. Please come forward, introduce yourselves, and tell us a little bit about you, about what you do, or about that day.
I'm Dee Owens. I'm the LPN at Hardaway, and I want to thank God first for saving that baby's life and the 3 of us being there.
Wow.
And I'm just grateful that he's alive.
Well, we're grateful you were there to help. Yes.
I would say the same thing. There are many officers all over this country right now serving and protecting the citizens. There are many healthcare professionals, nurses saving lives. There are teachers all over this country that go into the classroom every day to educate our youth and our future. And God saw fit for the 3 of us to be there at the same moment for that one child. And I'm just very grateful for the outcome, and that the 3 of us had a small part in a really large picture. Thank you.
Officer Bassett.
Hi, I'm Corporal Bassett with the Columbus Police Department, and this is a tremendous honor. Thank you very much. I'm glad that I got to be part of what is no less than a miracle.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Wow. Yes, you've got Counselor Huff. If you would.
Principal's here from Hardaway.
Oh, is the principal here? Yeah, please stand up and, hello there, all right. Well, yeah, you want to come forward and say anything? And Chief, is he? And Chief Boren? And Major Blackman? Yes, sir.
These people right here should wear a cape.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I think Will Bassett has one on underneath his, because they're heroes.
Wow.
And I was there to witness it. It's nothing short of amazing.
Yeah.
And the young man's doing well. Should be home tomorrow.
Wow. Amazing. Chief, did you want to say anything?
There's nothing that I could add that hasn't already been said by our citizens. Will's a great officer. He's been with us now since the penny sales tax of 2008. He was one of the original 100 officers that came to the police department. We're just glad that the training that he has received has saved this child's life.
Wow.
And you have to have the ability to get involved, even though you have the training, and he has that. He's also the March Officer of the Month for the Columbus Police Department.
Wow.
Because of a drug investigation that he did where he took a pound of methamphetamine off the street that was headed to the streets here in Columbus.
Wow.
Coming out of Atlanta. He did an excellent job, and he does it every day.
Wow. Amazing. We got some folks that want to say a few words. Counselor Allen.
Thank you, Mayor. Will, I just want to say I've known your dad for quite some time, probably a little over 30 years. And I remember the day that he was bragging about his new son. And I emailed him back and forth about today. And I just want you to know how that he expressed his appreciation to me for acknowledging how proud he must be of this. He said, yes, I am very proud of my son. So congratulations.
Wow. Come around and let us shake your hand and get you a proclamation. All right, well, as we always say, you're going to see some remarkable people that do incredible things in this community, and we have not disappointed this evening. We've got a few more to go, and so we want to call forward, we want to call forward Peter Bowden, the Columbus Visitors Bureau with Tourism Week, and we're going to ask Councilor Garrett to read this proclamation. Good evening.
It's my pleasure to read the proclamation. Whereas the travel and tourism industry is vital to the city of Columbus and the United States, contributing to its economic prosperity, employment, international trade, peace, understanding, and goodwill. And whereas travel and tourism ranks as the 5th largest industry in the state of Georgia, generating $59 billion annually, and whereas tourism has contributed over $327 million to the economy of Columbus during fiscal year 2016, and whereas over 1.8 million people visited Columbus last year for business and pleasure, and whereas travel and tourism provide jobs for more than 4,200 people in Columbus, and whereas as people throughout the world become more aware of the outstanding cultural, historical, and recreational resources available in Columbus, travel and tourism will become an increasingly important aspect of our lives. And whereas the city of Columbus has made a substantial commitment to the promotion of this industry, now therefore Teresa Pike Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, does hereby proclaim May 7th through 13th, 2017, Columbus, Georgia Tourism Week.
All right, Peter, thank you. Peter, would you like to say a few words?
Sure. Tourism is economic development. It's, as Councilor Garrett read into the record, it produces new money and jobs for our city. It produces tax relief for our household owners. And on behalf of the 4,200+ people that work in the hospitality industry, I accept this recognition on their behalf, and thank you all for your confidence in what the Convention and Visitors Bureau does to promote Columbus for travel. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Peter. We really appreciate all you do. Come on around and let us shake your hand.
Sure.
Let's give him another round of applause, folks. Congratulations, you bet. Thank you for what you do. Next, we want to call up the Columbus, Georgia Metro Black Nurses Association, Nurses, Inc., the Chi Eta Pi Sorority, Martin Army Hospital, Midtown Medical Hospital, and St. Francis Hospital for a special proclamation celebrating Nurses Week. And we're going to turn it over to Councilor Pops Barnes.
Look at all these nurses coming up here. Nurses are the nation's largest healthcare profession. So proud to do this here. Look forward to each year. And so this proclamation, it reads thusly. It says, whereas the nearly, let me make sure everybody's here now. That Martin Army's here. Okay. Whereas the nearly 3.1, it's actually now 3.6 million nurses in the United States comprise our nation's largest healthcare profession, with over 2,200 of them serving our Columbus and Fort Benning region. And whereas the depth and breadth of the registered nursing profession meets the different and emerging healthcare needs of the Chattahoochee Valley population in a wide range of settings, and whereas professional nursing has been demonstrated to be an indispensable component in the safety and quality of care of hospitalized patients, and whereas the demand for registered nursing services is greater now than ever before because of the aging of the American population, the continuing expansion of life-sustaining technology, and the growth of home health care services. And whereas more qualified registered nurses will be needed in the future to meet the increasingly complex needs of healthcare consumers in our community, and whereas we encourage all residents of Columbus, Fort Benning, to honor the registered nurses who care for all of us, to celebrate the registered nursing's accomplishments and efforts, and to show appreciation to the nation's registered nurses, not just during this week, but at every opportunity throughout the year. Now, therefore, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, the Honorable Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, does hereby proclaim May 6th to the 12th, 2017 as Nurses Week in the city of Columbus, Georgia. Woo!
Please say a few words.
Now, somebody step up and
Somebody
speak about-
volunteer.
Come on,
Or at the
nurses.
very least, introduce yourself.
Good evening. I'm Florence Miller, and I'm with the Columbus Black Nurses Association. We are a chapter of the National Black Nurses
There we go.
Association. We've been here in Columbus since 1983, and annually we participate in health fairs, healthcare opportunities for education. We have 2 signature events, and I'd love to invite you to one that's coming up next Saturday. Annually, we have an Excellence in Awards banquet, whereas we celebrate the outstanding work that a deserving nurse does. We also give scholarships to individual students that apply. And in October every year, we have a Red Dress Ball, and that is a celebration of heart health. What I'd like to invite you to, though, is our Excellence in Awards banquet. It is next Saturday at the Hilton Garden Inn from 11 to 2, and our national president will be our speaker. First time a male has ever
Male.
been. Yes.
Male
male nurse
president.
has ever been elected as president of our organization. We thank you.
Thank you. I will speak from Martin Army Hospital. Ms. Carol Armstrong is here. I will speak. One thing that I like so much here in this area is the synergy, the working together of Columbus, Phoenix City, and Fort Benning. Fort Benning nurses do so much in this community at the many health fairs that we have. In fact, we had one about a month ago. And so I'd just like to, I will be there on the 12th at 3 o'clock, 1500, to read a proclamation for the Martin Army Hospital nurses. And so, Carol, I just want to thank you so very much for making it here. And Flo, you know, I used to work for Flo Miller. She doesn't tell everybody, but I used to work for Flo Miller. She was a good boss, though. And so I will be there. Dr. Eric Williams will be there. I got the proclamation all set, and I'm looking forward to it. Who's next? Who do we have? We have Girls Inc. No, St. Francis Hospital. Where's St. Francis at?
Yes. Mayor, Council, we appreciate this. I'm Keith Higgins. This is William Reynolds.
I know.
We're nurses from St. Francis. On behalf of all the nurses at St. Francis and all the nurses in diverse roles around the city of Columbus and the surrounding area, we just want to say thank you so much for doing this for us.
Any of the health fairs in Columbus, if this gentleman does not show up, something's wrong. I just want to thank St. Francis really for coming out doing the stroke testing and the hypertension and the sugar sticks, glucose testing. It's just marvelous the way this community, the nurses in this community, pulled together to help the population. And so I just want to thank St. Francis. Midtown Medical.
Good evening. My name is Kerry Burcham, and I'm the Chief Nursing Officer for Columbus Regional Health. And I have with me today my colleague Holly Lindberg, who's the Assistant Chief Nursing Officer for the Midtown campus. I did not know today was going to be such a touching day, but it has been, and I would just like to say thank you. I consider myself just a proxy for the over 800 nurses that I represent as part of Columbus Regional Health. It's a privilege and an honor to provide health care services to those in their time of need. We have both happy moments and sad moments in our facility, but through all of our campuses, we treat approximately 500,000 visits a year. So it's a busy organization, and it's just an honor to be recognized and to have all the nurses be recognized during this month.
Also thank Midtown Medical whenever we have the health fairs. I'd like to say the nurses pull together, all the organizations come together for the individuals in this community. It's just awesome. It's such a close relationship, and the fact that we are nurses, and they have an advertisement on TV, nurses care, and we really do. And so thank you so very much. I need to come. You're new, aren't you? Are you new? Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Are you, but I missed you at Midtown, so I need to get down and get a car.
I've seen you.
You see me though, right?
I've seen you, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Chi Edify Sorority.
Good evening.
Good
My
evening.
name is Daphne Hill Cannon. I'm the Vice President of Chi Edify Sorority Incorporated, a Kappa Chi chapter of Columbus, Georgia. On behalf of our members, we would like to thank you for this recognition. I have with me today 4 more members of Kappa Chi chapter, so I will let them introduce themselves.
Sure.
My name is Deborah Lisbon. Thank you for having us.
Genovis Overton, Chi Edify Kappa Chi chapter.
Lyra Dent, Kappa Chi chapter of Chi Edify. Thank you all very much.
Betty Davis, Chi Edify Kappa Chi chapter. Thank you.
And Chi Edify also shows up at every health fair. Nurses, Inc., Nurses Inc. shows up, and also they're the ones that do a lot of the teaching and the examinations for breast cancer. So,
My name again is Genovis Overton. I'm a member of Nurses, Inc. This is Betty Davis. Our president is Dolores Dolman. She's not here because her mother's ill and she's taking care of her. But on behalf of Nurses, Inc., we really appreciate your recognizing us today, along with the other nurses. We feel that we're in this profession because we love people, we care, and we have an opportunity to work with the whole person. We are there when they're sick, we are there when they leave us, we're there for the family who might be mourning. So we just are so thankful that we chose this profession, and we feel that it is a calling. Again, thank you so much for recognizing us during this Nurses Week.
and I'd like to add that the 2 ladies there are one of the nurses, African-American nurses, who plowed the way for a lot of us. And so, again, I want to thank you all.
Thank you.
We are retired Martin Army Hospital.
On behalf of Fort Benning, I represent Fort Benning as well. We appreciate everything that you do for us, and not only that, this representation back of us supports Fort Benning and anything that we need. So nurses rule with heart, not with mind, because our heart, we think with our mind, but our heart really grows on our
There we go.
patient. So everything we do and we endure, we appreciate the fact that we see a patient comes out smiling. That's the payment for me, and I'm pretty sure some of us say the same thing. There are a couple of us that are standing that is from Martin Army as well, that represents also in these organizations. So on behalf of Martin Army, we appreciate you as much as you appreciate us. So we continue to serve you the way you have served us.
Well, thank you all so much. And we're so glad to have this opportunity to recognize you. We want to give you another round of applause and invite you to come around so we can shake your hand.
thank all of y'all for what you all do. Thank you. I'll be seeing you Saturday. Saturday at 11 at the Hilton Garden Inn. Thank you. Appreciate you. I didn't know what to get, but she stepped forward. That's good. Neighbor. Hey, how you doing? I all the time on y'all. Thank you all from Midtown. Thank you. I spoke to you on the phone. Yes, sir. Yeah, glad you showed up. Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure. This guy.
Hey, you know, you get included too.
All right, next we want to call forward Mr. Elijah McNichols. And Councilor Pops Barnes is going to present this proclamation.
I had that one. Here we go. It's my honor. It is my honor to read this proclamation. It says, whereas Spencer High School senior Elijah McNichols prevailed in the Class 2A 138-pound weight class in 2017 state championship wrestling competition. And whereas Elijah McNichols' opponent in the state finals was a familiar one, and whereas Elijah McNichols wrestled Dodge County's Christian Grauberger 4 times in the season, with each wrestler alternating as the winner. And whereas after falling to Grauberger in sectionals by 2 points, Elijah McNichols defeated Grauberger 16-11 to win the state championship.
Wow.
Yes. And whereas Elijah McNichols finished the season with a record of 40-2, earning Ledger Enquirer Wrestler of the Year, Region 5A Wrestler of the Year, and Atlanta Journal-Constitution First Team All-State. And whereas the citizens of Columbus, Georgia congratulate Elijah McNichols on a season well done. Now, therefore, the Honorable Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, Teresa Pike Thomason, does hereby proclaim Tuesday, May 2nd, 2017 as what? Elijah McNichols Day in the city of Columbus, Georgia.
Elijah, congratulations. Please come up and say a few words and introduce those folks with you.
Hi, my name is Elijah. I wasn't really expecting to speak. This is my coach, Robert Sanders, and my dad, Melvin Smith.
We're very proud of you.
Thank you.
That's an accomplishment.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's an accomplishment.
major accomplishment.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do.
Well, thank you. Come around and let us, oh, wait, we've got Counselor Huff would like to speak.
Yeah. Coach Sanders.
Can I say something real
Yeah,
quick?
yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say a few words about this outstanding young man. I remember his freshman year, and I know Councilman Huff remember this. My father passed away, and I was, if he knows that's, and I know Mayor Pro Tem knows my father very well too, Pete Sanders, and it shook me to my core, and I was really at the brink of retiring. And he came to my house, and he with tears in his eyes, he said, he said, you still got a lot of work to do. I need you. And so I had to really think about a lot of the teachings that my daddy gave me, and I knew I had some more miles to go. And his sophomore year, if I can say this, his sophomore year, I had 14 kids. It's 14 weight classes, and 13 of those kids went to state, and he was the only one that didn't go. And I can remember he was sitting in a corner, he was crying, and a lot of people was going up to him and say, you know, don't worry about it, you know, everything will be all right. And after everybody said what they had to say, he and I had a long talk, and I said, I want you to remember this moment, because if you really want to be great, this is the time to put in the work. And from that moment on, he probably took off maybe 2 weeks, the rest of his time in junior and his senior year. And you know, he just kept working, kept working. And the one thing about wrestling is that it's a thankless sport, because we really don't get a lot of recognition. We don't get a lot of support. You know, one of the things I did want to tell the superintendent, I appreciate him, because in 2018, 2019, you know, we'll get a brand new school at Spencer High School, and also for the first time, I have my own wrestling room, and so, you know, I was going to see if I could get my wife to let me probably stay in there for a week, because I want to make sure that it is mine, because I never had a place of my own. You know, we practice on the side of the gym, we've been auditorium, we've been in the cafeteria, you know, we're just like vagabonds. But the one thing I'm so proud of my kids is that we don't use that as excuses. We keep working. And, you know, he's a testament to that. He's narrowed his choices down to 3 colleges, and so we'll have a signing ceremony within the next few days, and so we'll let you know where he would like to go. I don't think so.
But first of all, congratulations to Elijah McNichols. Appreciate all your hard work and dedication. I know a little bit more about you than you think I do through your coach. To the coach, I just want to say publicly to everyone, he's constantly thinking about these kids. He's working with them day and night. His wife knows he probably goes to sleep thinking about them some nights. But I was working a funeral service a few weeks ago, excuse me, and even then, Coach pulled me aside. He said, look, can I interrupt you for a minute? I know you're busy, but can you come? I need to talk to you. And your name came up. And he said, Elijah has worked so hard. He's given me my fire back to doing what I do from way back when I lost my dad. And I want to do something to honor him. So I asked him to call in, and he did. And the mayor's office and everybody else took care of everything else. But a lot of times we miss the Lone Rangers like you that are out here working so hard, living your dream. And now after following your coach and your parents and everybody else, you're now headed off to school to continue to do what you love the most. So take advantage of it, get you a good education, and enjoy the ride. Congratulations.
All right. Come on around, Lindsay. Congratulations. So proud of you. Oh, you did. You did. Stand. And that was a wonderful speech. Oh. Well, you had a big hand in it. Congratulations. Oh, I know. My goodness, it's been a long day. All right, next we want to call forward the Columbus State University Senior Class Servant Leadership students. All right, welcome. We want to turn it over to Counselor Pops Barnes. He has a special proclamation he'd like to read.
Chaplain Richardson, okay, I see you. This proclamation reads thusly. It says, whereas the senior class of Columbus State University Servant Leadership Program has been working with the Safe House this year and has raised over $15,000 for their senior class project through the Christmas Tree Trail on Broadway. And whereas they have poured countless hours into volunteering at the Safe House and have invested time and energy in planning and supporting efforts to open a case management and counseling center for the homeless and addicted in our community, as well as an outpatient substance abuse program free to those in need. And whereas through their efforts, the third floor of Rose Hill United Methodist Church has been remodeled to provide case management, counseling, and program offices, a conference room, computer classroom, and men and women's bathrooms. And whereas all this work includes framing, new electrical work, plumbing, air conditioning for the third floor, is all due to their efforts. And whereas the City of Columbus will benefit for years to come due to the efforts of this amazing group of young people. Now therefore, the Honorable Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, Teresa Pike Thomason, does hereby proclaim Tuesday, May 2nd, 2017 as Columbus State University Senior Class Servant Leadership Day in the city of Columbus, Georgia.
All right. Please introduce yourselves and say a few words.
My name is Megan Corcoran.
My name is Jalil Lucas.
We're both graduating in less than 2 weeks. So, on behalf of Columbus State University, Wendy Jenkins, the Director of Servant Leadership, plus the 17 members of our Servant Leadership class, we want to thank you. It is an honor to be in the program, and it has been an extreme honor to work alongside of Neil Richardson and Safe House Ministries for our senior project. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you. This is an honor for us to be able to just go into Safe House and just be able to help the people of the community. Thank you.
Well, you are indeed servant leaders, so thank you for what you do. And Neil, thank you. Would you all like to say anything? Yes, please.
You know, I've been working with these young people for a year now as we started the plan and watched, if you remember on Broadway last year, all those Christmas trees, that was marvelous.
Yeah.
They raised
It
more
was.
and they sold more trees than any class that happened before them. They were so energetic, so excited. We had this project on the third floor on the back burner thinking this was what we were going to do down the road, and they pushed us to get aggressive and said that they would back our play.
Oh, wow.
And so it's open. We already hired the substance abuse instructors and program workers, and we will, instead of waiting until July 1st, we will we will start working with citizens in this community for free in the month of June, thanks to these. And you know, they're going to get good jobs and start paying taxes now, which is going to make a lot of parents happy. But the neat thing is they've left a legacy behind in this community that will go on for years as lives are changing because they were servant leaders.
Yes.
We're so proud of
Absolutely.
them.
Well, I see a proud director over there. How about saying a few words? Yeah.
Well, Mayor, if you remember correctly, you came to speak to this class about
Yes.
a little over a year ago, and inspired them to do something like this, and talked about the issues that our community faces and what they're up against. And so as a result, they took the words in your stories and connected with Neil, and it has just been an amazing year. These students, they never cease to amaze me. We had a wonderful celebration luncheon today where we celebrated them and applauded their efforts. So $15,000 will go to Safe House, and these students will go out, and the ripple effect will take place in terms of servant leadership. So we're just really proud of them.
Well, we are so proud of you all. Come around and let us shake your hand. You're amazing. At this time, we want to call forward Mason Hargrove. We also want to recognize Hunter Kadich, who can't be with us today, but both of these young men are here to celebrate something very special, and we want to turn it over at this time to Counselor Baker.
Mayor, it's my pleasure. Your family, anybody else want to come up? Okay. Did you want to save the one for Hunter, or you want to go ahead and read that one?
We can do
Go ahead.
both, if you like.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. Okay. First, we'll go ahead and read the proclamation for Hunter, and these are our kayakers for those who haven't followed the story down on the river. And this proclamation reads as follows: whereas on Friday evening, April 14th, competition. Now, therefore, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, does hereby proclaim Tuesday, May 2nd, 2017, Hunter Kadich Day. So we thank and congratulate him. Thank you. And the next is Mason. I'll read this, and you can introduce those that are with you. And yeah, and so I wish you had a video. I don't guess.
Oh,
you got a video?
we do.
Good.
We do.
Okay, good. Because I've been down the river on the rafts, and I remember going through, I guess it was cut bait, and as we were going through cut bait this way, a kayaker went by me going this way. And I lay awake at night sometimes trying to figure out how that worked, but I guess you know that, but I didn't. I couldn't understand it, but it's quite an event down there. Congratulations. But whereas on Friday evening, April 14th, 2017, the 2017 USA Freestyle Kayak National Championship preliminaries were held in Columbus, Georgia. And whereas kayakers from all over the country competed for the national title in Columbus, Georgia's Whitewater Good Wave, located in front of Riverwalk Island. And whereas on Saturday, April 15th, the competition kicked back off with the final competition. And whereas Mason Hargrove, a 12-year-old hometown Columbus, Georgia whitewater paddler, took home the title of USA Freestyle Junior Kayak National Champion. And whereas the citizens of Columbus, Georgia, joined kayakers and other whitewater enthusiasts in congratulating Mason Hargrove for his championship win in the 2017 USA Freestyle Kayak National Championship competition. Now, therefore, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, does hereby proclaim Tuesday, May 2nd, 2017, Mason Hargrove Day.
All
Congratulations.
right.
Congratulations.
Mason, hello. Please say a few words, and we definitely want to watch a video, too.
I would like to thank Uptown Columbus and the City of Columbus for putting all their time and effort into this whitewater course. And then I would like to thank all my supporters and my parents for driving to the river like almost every day so I can train for this competition. And yeah.
So who are those folks kind of loitering over there?
It's my mom and my dad. They also paddle too. Then my sisters and my little brother, they paddle too.
All right. Well, are you going to explain to us the difference between a McNasty and a whatever? I was down there watching you guys, and it was something else. And the names you have for the, don't call them maneuvers, I guess, that you do. Amazing. So hopefully they're on the video. You can kind of walk us through them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, it looks like something else. I don't know how you guys train yourself to do it, but I guess it's like any athlete. So thanks for putting the time in. It was amazing to watch, and thank you. Would you all like to say anything? Other than just Mom and Dad, why don't you give us some names?
I'm very proud. I'm Melissa Hargrove. I'm very proud of my son. A lot of kids start paddling at very young ages, and he has recently picked this up in 2.5 years, and works really hard. When some of the other kids go up to get froyo, he's still down there training, and he has had so many supporters and what we call our paddle family that has just stopped what they're doing and taught him and helped him. And one of the guys is back here, Chris Wing. He's an amazing paddler and a teacher of the sport. But it's just something beautiful that we can do as a family and get outside and enjoy our children. So thank you for building the Whitewater Center. We spend a lot of time down there.
Awesome. Yes, sir.
My name's Matt Hargrove. I actually have the privilege working at the top of the stairs at Synovus. So today I took my lunch break from 12:30 to 1:30, had the opportunity to paddle my family. So it's just time that we love spending on the water. But thank you guys for investing in the community.
Hear. Well, come around and let us shake your hand and get you these proclamations. Congratulations.
You just turned 14. Oh my God, wait until you're older. Look, they're
So impressive. Congratulations.
very impressive. 13 years old. Oh my God.
do that? All right. Well, now to the patient. We're going to introduce you to some extraordinary young ladies. We want to call forward the Columbus High School Lady Blue Devils basketball team. If you would come forward. Columbus High School?
No, they're not here.
What? Oh, no. Skip says it's been so long. This one's been such a long one. They've already graduated college. What? They must have given up on us in protest, but we're going to find them, bring them back another day, or we'll find a special way to recognize them.
We do have.
But I know we've got a few others here. We've got the Carver High School Lady Tigers, and we want to call them forward. Man, y'all have been patient, and we so much appreciate you. Because we've been looking forward to celebrating you. We've got Counselor Henderson wants to provide a very special proclamation.
Tried to get them to do this during the day, so at least you could miss school. You'd have missed the whole day, I think.
That's right.
You know, you guys brought so much pride to this city. I can't begin to tell you how cool it is to see two teams from Columbus playing for a state title in Atlanta. It was just amazing, and it was such a competitive series of games y'all had, I think, during the season, too. And the only sad thing was that only one could actually be the champion. And I know y'all don't realize it now. Probably your coaches told you. You're going to look back at it one day and just be awed at what you accomplished. And not just for your athletic ability, but also the way you carried yourself in the game. And just the way y'all represented Columbus. We're just so proud. So we wanted to make sure that we recognized the season you had and the efforts you guys put in. So this proclamation is issued by our mayor. And it reads, whereas the George Washington Carver High School Lady Tigers has had a memorable history-making basketball season. And whereas the Lady Tigers had an overall record of 26-5 and was the second team in school history to win the region championship and make it to the Final Four. And whereas the Lady Tigers were the first team in school history to win the Final Four and go on to play for the state championship. Whereas the Lady Tigers fought valiantly for the Class 4A championship against an opponent with whom they'd had a checkered yet well-played season. And whereas the citizens of Columbus, Georgia applaud and congratulate the Carver High Lady Tigers for their outstanding play, their honorable sportsmanship, and their fervor and drive toward the next championship encounter. Now, therefore, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, the mayor of Columbus, Georgia, hereby proclaims Tuesday, May 2nd, 2017, as George Washington Carver High School Lady Tigers Day.
Well, we've got a couple of counselors that want to say a few words, but first let us have you introduce yourselves. And tell us your position, which you play. Or not.
My name is Kayla Archie, and I'm an upcoming senior, and I sometimes play the 3 and the 4.
All right.
My name is Alicia Reed, and I play a guard, and I'm an upcoming senior.
My name is Ivory Martin. I'm a guard, and I'm an upcoming senior.
My name is Janai Lovehill. I'm an upcoming junior, and I play point guard.
My name is Shania Rouse. I'm an upcoming junior, and I'm post player.
My name is Jalen Shaw. I'm an upcoming junior. Oh my God, this is good. And I play post player.
My name is Micah Holloway. I'm an upcoming sophomore, and I play guard.
Wow. It's a young team, yeah. It's really great. Yes,
My
sir.
name is Anson Hundley, and I'm the head coach for the Lady Tigers.
Wow. Well, we know you're proud.
I am.
Yeah.
Very proud.
All right, we've got.
I have an upcoming senior that would like to say a few words.
Speech.
I really just want to appreciate you all for being able to recognize us.
Well, we're so glad to do it. And we're just sorry it took a good bit of time to get around to you, but you all were very patient. We've got several counselors that want to recognize you. Counselor Huff.
Congratulations to you all. You are one of my schools. I come by and see your principal from time to time. And your coach knows me from way back when I used to play, his brother and everybody, his family. They were quite athletes themselves. But I came to the playoffs, which you all didn't know I was there, but you all played so well. There's a confidence that you carry on the court. There's a chewing out that you get by your coach, but you're able to digest it, understand it in a quick timeout, and go on the court and turn it around. Because I saw you all get into some situations during the playoffs where it could have torn the team apart. Some things were not going quite right. Certain shots that you all usually make didn't fall right away. And you all came together as a group and went back to doing the basics of what the coaches taught you to do. And everything came together, and it wasn't close. It wasn't close. You were able to celebrate long before the game was over. But take all the training with you. You'll be back. Understand how hard it is to repeat, but you have the nucleus here, and I don't know how many more will be back next year. But same training, same time next year. See you in the finals. Thanks.
All right. Counselor Thomas.
I was listening as you were all saying upcoming. So this time next year, we probably will see you back here. I was impressed that the championship game was an overtime game and won by 1 point. Right. I mean, it was a tremendous effort on your part. And I just want to tell you, young women, that whether you know it or not, there are other young women and younger women, girls who are watching you. And so you are an example, and you hold yourself so well, and you do so well, and you represent your school, and you represent your coach and the profession. You do a heck of a job. So keep it up, and we will look for you here next year about this same time with another championship under your belt. Congratulations.
All right. And we have the Mayor Pro Tem.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I want to say congratulations to you. I'm a proud graduate of Carver High School in 1968. We didn't have women basketball back then, but I was a cheerleader. But I also want to say congratulations to Maya Milner. Maya goes to Revelations Missionary Baptist Church with me. And so, you know, we follow basketball over there. So we look forward to seeing you all back here next year, but as the winners.
Well, let's give them another round of applause. Ladies, come around and let us recognize you. Coach, we're going to get copies for all your players. So if you wanted just to take them to the principal's office, is that good? Okay, you can just drop them off? Yeah. Yeah, we can get them from all the ladies. If that list is good that we've got on the back here, we'll get them in. Okay, thank you. Hey, there. Congratulations. So proud of you guys. Congratulations. Wow, we're so proud of you guys. Amazing dress. Very proud of you. So proud of you guys. Congratulations. All right, next we're going to call forward John Hutchinson, Robert Smith, Marcia Thomas, Teresa Young, Alan Brown, Terry Moore, Will Hart, Rick Batts, and other members of the Department of Inspection and Codes. We have a special proclamation that's going to be read by Councilor Gary Allen.
Thank you, Mayor. It's my privilege to read this proclamation into the record to recognize these young folks who keep us safe. It's just another way the city keeps its citizens safe. It's my privilege to read it, as I said. The proclamation reads, whereas the West Georgia Inspectors Association is committed to the growth and strength of our city, which depends on the safety and economic value of the homes, buildings, and infrastructure that serve our citizens, both in everyday life and in times of natural disaster. And whereas our confidence in the structural integrity of these buildings that make up our community is achieved through the devotion of vigilant guardians, building safety and fire prevention officials, architects, engineers, builders, trade people, design professionals, laborers, and others in the construction industry who work year-round to ensure the safe construction of buildings. And whereas Building Safety Month is sponsored by the International Code Council to remind the public that the critical role of our community's largely unknown guardians of public safety, our local code officials, who assure us of safe, efficient, and livable buildings that are essential to keep America great. And whereas the code officials, partners in community safety and economic growth, the theme for Building Safety Month 2017 encourages all Americans to raise awareness of the importance of building safe and resilient construction, fire prevention, disaster mitigation, and new technologies in the construction industry. And whereas Building Safety Month 2017 encourages appropriate steps everyone can take to ensure that the places where we live, work, worship, and play are safe, and recognizes that countless lives have been saved due to the implementation of safety codes by local and state agencies. And whereas each year, in observance of Building Safety Month, Americans are asked to consider the commitment to improve building safety and economic investment at home and in the community, and to acknowledge the essential service provided to all of us by local and state building departments, fire prevention bureaus, and federal agencies in protecting lives and property. Now, therefore, our Mayor, Teresa Pike Tomlinson of Columbus, Georgia, does hereby proclaim the month of May Building Safety Month.
All right. John, please say a few words and introduce those folks with you.
All right. Like I said, this has been a year kind of in the making, and I found out what a thankless job these guys do every day going out, and we get all the complaints, and unfortunately this thing is when things go bad, you know, we're the first to look at, but everything's going great. You don't hear too much. So it's just good to know, like I said, we have a lot of hardworking individuals. They're here every day. Like I said, behind the scenes, you don't know, you know, any of these Walmarts, any of these properties, these buildings you're walking into. We know that we've inspected them, we checked them, we make sure fire safety, egress, all those things are taken care of. So, like I said, I can sleep at night going to bed saying like, okay, you know, this project was coming up, this timeline, we took care of it, this building was open, you know, and we're knowing that we're keeping the public safe. One of the things they mentioned in there was the delicate balance between economic stimulating, the economy and code efficiency. And, you know, when you're so hard on codes and you follow it to the letter of the law, then you do tend to stifle the economy. But then if you're too loose in the economy, then you have issues on the building side. So trying to strike that balance, working with a lot of the local developers and things, trying to get things moving in the right directions that keep everyone safe, but it also, you know, we're helping to the economy. I'm the president of the West Georgia Inspectors Association. I'll kind of let the rest of the crew here introduce themselves and go from there.
I'm Will Hart. I'm excited to be here. I'm just an officer in the West Georgia Inspectors Association, and I'm just really excited that we've made the decision to bring John Hutchison forward. I think we're definitely going in the right direction. We've got a man in charge that's leading us right down the correct path.
Great.
Thank you.
I'm Rob Smith. I'm the Vice President of West Georgia Inspectors Association, and we appreciate you recognizing what we do.
I'm Marsha Thomas, and I'm the Secretary of West Georgia Inspector Association. I just want to repeat what Will said. We do appreciate John and everything that he's done for us.
I'm Alan Brown. I'm on the board of the West Georgia Inspectors Association. Thank y'all.
Well, thank you all for being here. And John, thank you for what you're doing, leading this department and serving the community. It's made a huge difference. Come around and let us recognize you all. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see the light on. Councilor Huff.
Congratulations to you all. I just wanted to let the public know, out of all your hard work and all the stresses that you are under day by day, I found out a few days ago that you all have a real good sense of humor. So thank you for all you do. You left me with a smile the other day after a meeting, so I appreciate you all. Continue the hard work, good work, great work. Thank you.
Councilor Davis.
Mayor, I'd just like to say, you know, we really appreciate you guys, and we've really got a good set of building instructor codes and building instructors and officers. And let me just say, you really don't know until you go some other jurisdiction or some other city and do business, try to develop. and try to work with some of the inspectors. And then you think about Columbus. We're very, very fortunate. Now, that's not saying these guys don't follow the line, and they make sure that you do what's supposed to be done and do it right, do it the right way and correctly, but the customer service and how they work with you, now the expectations are there, but how they work with you makes a big difference, And they understand what they do, they understand their job, they understand timelines, schedules, time is money, they understand all that. But like I said, we're very fortunate in Columbus. When you go somewhere else and do business, you'd be really, really thrilled and thankful that we've got our people here, people like this right here. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all you do.
All right, let's give them another round of applause. Come on around, let's shake your hand. Yeah, congratulations. Wow, great to see you. Thank you for coming out. Congratulations. Thank you for what you do.
I've never seen him that happy.
All right, well, we're coming to an end, and again, we appreciate your patience. We want to call forward our Parks and Rec Department. They have been so patiently waiting here, and I know you had families to get home to and work to tend to, but Holly, thank you for being here. We want to turn it over to Councilor Mimi Woodson to present this proclamation.
It is my honor, Holly. You know how I feel about our Parks and Rec. I think we have the best Parks and Rec department in the world. I really do. You guys are awesome in what you do. So it's a great honor for me to read this. Whereas May 20th, 2017 is the 7th National Kids to the Park Day organization launched by the National Park Trust. And whereas the National Kids to Park Day empowers kids and encourages families to get outdoors and visit America parks. And whereas it is important to introduce a new generation to our nation parks because of the decline in park attendance over the last decade. And whereas we should encourage children to lead a more active lifestyle to combat the issues of child obesity, diabetes, hypertension, and cholesterol. I couldn't say it. Whereas National Kids to the Park Day is open to all children and adults across the country to encourage a large and diverse group of participation. And whereas the National Kids to the Park Day will broaden children's appreciation for naturalization and outdoors. And whereas we encourage the citizens of Columbus, Georgia to make time on Saturday, May the 16th, to take their children and their lives to a city, state, or national park. Now, therefore, I, Teresa Pipe Thomas, and Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, do hereby proclaim Saturday, May the 20th, 2017 as Kids to the Park Day.
All right. Congratulations. Holly.
Thank you very much. We started this several years ago. I can't say we've been doing all 7, but we've been doing it for at least 6 years probably. And so it's very important to our department every year. I'm going to ask our Recreation Services Division Manager, Teresa Snellings, to come up. At least we have the opportunity to talk about it. We will not pass that by, so we can invite the community even further to come out and join us on that Saturday.
Thank you, Holly. As Mimi stated, this is a day that we're asking our citizens to please bring their kids out to the park. We will be at, we didn't tell you the surprise, huh? We're going to be at Lake Bottom, May 20 from 10 to 2. It's National Kids Park Day. We're asking kids to come out to play. We understand about the video games and all of these different options, but this is a day to get out and enjoy our parks. Each year, we try to come up with an event that we think that our kids would be comfortable with. The parents can come down and participate as well. So we have some different events this year. Last year, we was at Shirley Winston. We did the race. and they all came through the bubbly foam, and everybody was happy. This year, we're going to be down at Lake Bottom. We got sack races, we got the regular race, we're going to have the bouncers, we're going to have tug of war, we're going to have racing with the water balloon. We're going to have a combination of stuff down there. Big games, our chess game, we will have it down there. We're going to see, can we get a chess champion? We're going to be giving away door prizes. We're also going to be giving away medals to some of the winners. We have talked to some of the local organizations around, and they're going to help sponsor this particular event. But that's just because we're in the planning stage, we're not through. Is there any other people that hear this today would like to participate? Please call any one of us in Park and Recreation. They'll be able to direct you to where you need to be so that we can get you on board. It's just a day of play, and that's the way we wanted to make a day of play. What I have here is my staff. Some of them new, you haven't met them before because we had some turnover rate. So what I'm going to do is have each one of them to step up and introduce themselves, okay, and let you know what facility they operates.
Great. Thanks, Teresa. Yes?
Hi, I'm Kathy. I'm the director over at Fox Senior Center.
Great.
Hello, I'm Sharon Hunter. I'm director of Shirley B. Winston Recreation Center.
Hi, I'm Christella Johnson. I'm a director at Edgewood Senior Center.
Hi, my name is William Singh. I'm the director at 29th Street Gym.
Hi, I'm Janet Langen, and I'm at Comer Center.
Hi, T.C. Bodiford, Director of Solomon Road Rec Center.
Good evening. My name is Tim Marshall, Frank Chester Recreation Center.
Hey, I'm Brian McKissick, Director at Boxwood Community Center.
Shahar Thrasher with the Therapeutic Recreation section.
Kwame Brown, Director at Carver Park Recreation Center.
Vicki Williams, Northside Recreation Center.
Good evening. My name is Cleos Brown at Fluetta Recreation Center.
All right. Well, let's give them another round of applause. Thank you all for what you're doing. Come around. Always good to see you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you. Love what you do at Foxwood. Thank you. It's important. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you for what you do, sir. Appreciate you. Hey, man. Thank you. Thanks for what you do. Hey. Thank you. Thank you for what you do. So fortunate to have you. So fortunate to have you. Thank you for what you do. Hey there, thank you so much. Holly, thank you for what you do. Well, we have to call forward at this time. Yes.
There was a couple of things I forgot to say to try to get out during the public entrance. The first 100 kids that rushed that morning will get a free T-shirt, and also we're going to be having a couple bicycle raffles. So we're trying to pump up the kids and get them out there to play.
Great.
All right, thank you.
Councilor Huff, did you have something? Are you all right? Okay, good, good. All right, well, our last but certainly not least, we have Sean Michael Nunn, and we know that he is a man of character, not just because he's an Eagle Scout, because he has waited 2.5 hours to be recognized.
Thank you.
And we want to call his mom and dad up, too. We want to recognize Councilor Glenn Davis this time to read a very special resolution.
Thank you, Mayor. Sean, I'd like to say, we just say the best for last, right?
That's right.
We're proud of you. I know your parents are very proud of you as well. We have a resolution here that's represented by all 10 council members and signed by our mayor, and I see your father serves in our distinguished military in the Army. Is that a, sir, are you a major? Is that a major? I see?
I'm a retired major. I'm actually a JROTC instructor at Kendrick High School.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Fantastic, yeah.
Well, certainly, we appreciate all you've done for our country, and we thank you for that. And I know your mother and your father is very, very proud of you. But like the mayor said, this is quite an honor. Probably in the last 10 years, we've had about a handful of recipients of the Eagle Scout Award. I know that this is something that you have a challenge, that you have to work for it. You have to earn it. Let me just put it that way. You really, really have to earn it. But this is distinguished honor represents integrity, character, work ethic, and quality values. And certainly you have to live it day by day. And so we just want you to know we're really proud of you. This is something that happens in the life of Boy Scout. It takes a long time to get this. Not a lot of people get it, but you wear it with pride, okay? And like I said, I know your family's proud of you. We're proud of you. We have a resolution in your honor. I'd like to read it into the record. Whereas Sean Michael Nunn is a freshman at Northside High School, whereas Sean completed his Eagle Scout project and outdoor classroom at his former middle school, Double Churches School, whereas Sean lives the Scout law and oath daily and has been inspirational to his fellow students, whereas Sean has admirably demonstrated that he deserves the rank of Eagle Scout, whereas Sean is planning for military service and a career in public service, and whereas Sean Nunn's achievements are worthy of special recognition by this council, now therefore the Council of Columbus, Georgia hereby resolves, we hereby commend and congratulate Mr. Sean Michael Nunn upon his achievement of Eagle Scout, and we wish him a continued success. And we've got a copy, well, we've got the original document for you, the resolution here. We just read it into the archives of Columbus, Georgia. Congratulations.
Thank you. We'll take that as a motion, sir. And
Yes, ma'am.
a second. All those in favor, please state aye. Aye. All right. Sean, would you like to say a few words?
I would really just like to thank my parents and my Scoutmasters for always pushing me to do my best and to complete what I set out to do. We had a few setbacks on the project, and on the first work day, we actually ended up getting only 2 volunteers, but we decided to push through, and we actually ended up finishing the entire project early, and so.
It's amazing. Well, good perseverance, and that's certainly something that an Eagle Scout knows all about. So thank you so much. And would you all like to say a few words, introduce yourselves? And
Again, I'm Darren Nunn. This is my wife, Lisa. We're extremely proud of Sean, our oldest son, Alec. Sean's following in his footsteps. He was an Eagle Scout, same troop out of Troop 555. He's in the Navy. Our daughter's doing great up at UGA as a sophomore. And we're just so proud of him. He's tracking exactly what he needs to do for him.
yeah. Well, with the support of a great family. And that's when you see these great kids achieving and doing so many wonderful things. So, Mom, you want to say anything? Or you? Yeah.
Just, my name is Lisa Nunn. I work over at Winton Arts Academy, and I'm very proud of him as well, of all my children. But thank you just for taking the time to recognize him tonight. It means a lot to our family.
And we're, again, so sorry, but as you can see, there's so many people to recognize in Columbus.
Wonderful.
It's just
We
amazing.
enjoyed it very much.
It truly is. Sean, come around and let us recognize you. Let's give him another round of applause. Make our community proud. All right.
Thank you.
Well, for those of you all watching at home, I know this evening has not been a disappointment. I know you feel a little bit better about this community. It's amazing what people do and the servants that we have. And with that, we have concluded our agenda. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. It's a motion and second. All those in favor, please state aye. Aye. All right, we are adjourned. See you next time.